we're going to go over how to reshape a wonky or egg-shaped hula hoop. So this hoop here isn't too bad, so I'm just using it for the purposes of this video. But basically, if your hoop has arrived after being posted and it is just not circular, or maybe you squashed it into like a hot car or something and it is just not the shape it should be, this video is for you. So my favorite way to reshape hoops is in my bathroom sink. So I filled up my sink with boiling water. You want it to be as hot as possible. Disclaimer, boiling water is hot, so proceed with caution. What I then like to do is put my hoop in, submerge it in the water with it being really, really hot, and I'm just going to slowly turn it around in a circle. So the way this works is polypro and HDPE tubing is affected by heat. So you can manipulate it when it's hot quite a bit, and when it cools down it'll set back into that shape again. So while it's hot, you can reshape the hoop pretty easily. The easiest way to do it is just by letting your hoop lie in the sun, and if it's really warm, the hoop will warm up, and you can then manipulate it back into its proper shape. That is the easiest way to do it, but it's sometimes not always possible, especially like if you're in a cold climate or it's winter, then it's not so easy. But yeah, nice hot summer's day, that is definitely the easiest way to reshape your hoop, because you basically just don't do anything and let nature do it for you. Right, now my hoop is nice and warm, and it would just pretty much naturally go back in a circular shape. Right, so if it doesn't, you can then just like squeeze it, so squeeze it the opposite way. So if it's like this, we turn it that way and like push it back into that circular shape, and you can just keep pushing it. You can keep submerging in the water to warm it up. Keep manipulating it back into that shape. So you may not have a sink like mine, and it might not work for you at home. So in that case, you could just use like a big plastic tub, or put it in like the bath with really hot water, whatever works, as long as you can submerge that hoop as much as possible. So another way I like to do it is if I use a heat gun, and I can then work on any problem areas. If you don't have a heat gun, a hairdryer works too. Just it might take a little bit longer because the hairdryer obviously doesn't get quite as hot. If you are using a heat gun, just put it on like a low setting, because I find on a high setting it can actually melt the hoop, so you don't want to do that. If you have a sectional travel hoop, those are really easy because you can just take all the pieces apart and lay all the pieces in your sink or bathtub, and they'll all heat up, and when you pull them out, they should all be the same as each other now. So when you put them back together, they should just naturally go in a nice circular shape. And that is how you reshape your hoop.